I didn't know what it was going to be, but, it just, by the time I got to about 18, I was like, man, I'm going to be a comedian.
Willie D Live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Man, we got something in common here. Several things that that are obvious commonalities, but we got in common. What we have in common here is you are a middle child. You got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Yeah.
And now, what's the sequence?
Okay, so my father has an older son named Marcus. That's my oldest brother.
Okay.
Then my parents got married, and my parents had my sister, me, and my baby brother. So I grew up as the middle child in the house.
Gotcha.
But I also have a sister who is my sister-in-law. We are not biologically related. My mother was a high school teacher.
Right.
So she was one of my mother's students. And somehow or another, she ended up babysitting us. But throughout the years, she's our sister. You know what I mean? I was just talking to her today. She's up in New Jersey, getting ready for the snowstorm or whatever. But yeah, man. So that I think how black folks is. God put people in your life that they're family. You know what I mean? It's just is what it is. So anytime people ask me how many siblings you got 2 brothers, 2 sisters.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You grew up in Sumter,
South
Carolina.
That's right. That's right.
Now, how does a young man from Sumter, South Carolina, born of a educator and funeral home director, navigate his way through little Sumter, South Carolina, to the world stage? Like, how do you make that transition?
Man, listen, I used to be, first of all, everybody in my family know how to talk shit. Like some of my family, some of the funniest people in the world. They all funny to me, you know what I mean? But nobody ever, my father didn't try to push me to be in the funeral business. He said, look, I can't teach you anything that I don't know. This is what I know, so this is what I'm going to teach you. You know what I mean? And thank God that he did that. But I always had that desire to do something. I didn't know what it was going to be, but, it just, by the time I got to about 18, I was like, man, I'm going to be a comedian. And I didn't even say that out loud. I was just like, I want to be a comedian. And how I actually ended up getting into it, I was at a music store. I was working at a music store part-time, and the guy came in promoting the show, and I kept bothering him about, what about comedy and how does this work, how does that work? He was just like, man, you a comedian or something? And before I could say no, the girl I was working with said yes. Because she kept telling me that I needed
always cracking jokes.
Yeah, she was like, he need to, because she wanted me to do it. So I was like, yeah, man, I'll think about it. He was like, all right, well, here's my number. He wrote his number down on the flyer, gave me the flyer, and was like, if you decide whether you want to do it or not, let me know. So I called him, told him I wanted to do it. I was nervous as hell. I ain't write no jokes. I ain't had no jokes. Wasn't prepared at all. But as soon as I got off the phone, I was so nervous. I just started writing, and it was 3 minutes can seem like a lifetime if you're doing bad. You know what I mean? But I got up there. I did pretty good, and I was just off. It was off to the races. Now it's 20 years later.